Hey guys, it's Carter. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day today. We have a very important day tomorrow. Right now, the Federal Reserve could possibly cut rates. We're going to be talking about if they cut rates, what could happen with the market. If they pause rates, what could happen with the market. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this. Smash that like button, subscribe, and let's jump into this. So the Federal Reserve is coming out tomorrow, and they are going to be announcing either a pause or they're going to be announcing a rate cut. Now, the reason why this is so incredibly important is because of volatility. Over the past month, we've seen so much volatility. It's been very choppy. We have the NASDAQ down about 13%, which technically is only about 7% from a possible recession because, by definition, anytime the markets sell off 20%, that is classified as a recession. So right now we are 7% from that. Okay. Now with the S&P 500, we definitely have a little bit longer of a road before a possible recession here. Let's go ahead and draw it out. It's near and around 10%. So we have another 10% sell off in order for it to be classified as a recession. Okay. Now, another thing I want to talk about is going to be the pause versus cut. What could happen? So right now, this is on the Fed rate monitor tool on investing.com. Right now, they are predicting almost with 100% certainty that we are going to have a pause. This is not what the market wants. This isn't what the market wants. The stock market wants a cut. In order to grow, to thrive, we want money cheaper. Cheaper money means, we could see people invest more, people buy homes, cars, just more likely to take on loans, which could help grow the economy here. So I do think whether you are looking at it bullish, where you're buying the dips, that's currently my approach. Is anytime the S&P, the NASDAQ, and even a variety of blue chip stocks, as they start selling off, I've been just dollar cost averaging as they sell off. So once the market recovers, which it's always recovered over the past 90 years, I have all these great ETFs, these great stocks, just at a cheaper price. Now, if you guys are watching and you're like, Carter, well, I see a short side potential, you're absolutely right. There is a short side to the market where you could bet for it to sell off. There's two sides to every story. So no matter what, if you guys are watching this and you're like, I don't know if I should invest during this time or hold, I think time in the market is better than trying to time the market, but don't be afraid to use sell off to your advantage here. So I also want to show you guys here this little article here by CNBC, kind of just explaining what is kind of going on here. So the Fed will update its rate projections Wednesday. Here's what to expect. So the Fed officials at this week's meeting are expected to hold interest rates steady, but adjust their views on the economy and possibly the future path of rates. So we were expected to have 2 rate cuts this year. It all could change tomorrow. Imagine they go, oh, we're going to have a rate cut. We're going to possibly have more rate cuts. This is going to be fuel to the fire for buying pressure in the market. But if they come out and they go, hey, the economy's not looking too hot, maybe we're just going to pause in 2025 and see what happens. Expect selling pressure, right? The committee would maintain its outlook for 2 cuts, remove one or both, or add another as a statement of concern over potential slowdown. Everything seems to be on the table. So this is why it's so incredibly important. The chairman and his colleagues in recent weeks have been advocating a patient approach in which they do not need to be in a hurry to do anything. So we'll see what happens, though. I definitely think there's 2 sides to every story, and that's kind of the approach that I am having. So we also have other companies here like NVIDIA, which is kind of paving the path a little bit in its own direction here, selling off like crazy, but they actually had a conference here, which kind of the GTC conference here is what it's called. So the GTC conference, let's go ahead, a global leader in supply chain, a member. So This is more for Nvidia here, causing a little bit of a slowdown, a little sell off here. So yeah, that's what's going on. Hope you guys all enjoyed this. Smash that like button, subscribe, and let me know if you guys think we're going to be bullish or bearish tomorrow. All right, take care, guys.